Hey, American Contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked out American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor who's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
And good afternoon, everyone. Happy Tuesday. My name is meteorologist Heather Kay, and it's time for our daily hail forecast, sponsored by, as always, by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor. Thank you guys, as always, for sponsoring our videos. So let's get right into our weather headlines. We have some more wintry weather in the form of snow in the northwest, as well as some in the northeast. It's lake effect. So we're going to be talking about that just really quickly because snow, I'm not very fond of it anyway. So then we'll get into our Thanksgiving outlook, basically leading up to Turkey Day as well as a few days after. So if you're traveling, you may want to take a look at this. And then we will take a look at the roofing forecast for a few of our major cities. So before we get into the forecast, we do have a few events coming up. The first one is this Saturday out in Stillwater. This is the Bedlam Tailgate. We'll be out there in Stillwater, not in Norman. We will be in Stillwater for this. The tailgate begins at 4 and the game begins at 6:30. So make sure you come on out. We'll have free food, free beer while the game playing as well. It should be a great time. And then Job Nimbus has an event next month from December 6th to 9th down in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So jealous. Anyway, so this event is basically going to have speakers talking about Job Nimbus and how to use this product to the best of its ability. So if you're interested in this, again, December 6th to the 9th, those are the days that this event is going on. So we are 2 days away from Thanksgiving. I don't know if you can tell, I'm really excited. I love food. Food is good. So we're 2 days away from Thanksgiving. A lot of food, friends, family, football, good times are sure to be had. Hopefully this year is going to be a bit better in terms of getting together for this holiday, as unless you've been living under a rock, this time last year for Thanksgiving wasn't as awesome because, COVID. Anyway, so let's take a look at our current conditions across the United States. High pressure's in control right now in the middle of the country. We do have that low pressure system that brought some precipitation to the eastern half of the U.S. That's off the coast now, but we do have some more precipitation in the northwest, as well as down here in the desert southwest. So we're going to zoom into a few areas. First is here in the northwest. There's some really heavy snow in the higher elevations that's accumulating right now with a low pressure system here in the northwest from Oregon and Washington eastward into Idaho and into Montana. I'll talk about this in just a second. There are some winter weather advisories for those higher elevations. And then we do have some lake effect snow showers in the northeast. Not too heavy in terms of accumulation, but a few inches are still possible here. And like I said, that low pressure that brought precipitation the east a few days ago is out in the Atlantic. So taking a look at our current temperatures, really chilly in the northeast as we're getting that cold air coming south from Canada. It's only 38 in Fort Wayne right now, a little bit warmer as we head north to Minneapolis here at 47. Sitting at a chilly still 40 in New York City. Warmer though as you head south at 61 in Kansas City, 68 in Dallas, hitting into the 70s as we get into Houston and Miami, and you go into the northwest with that low pressure system, more cold air out there. And taking a look at our watches and warnings and advisories, it looks really pretty today, and I know as we get into the winter months, it's going to look even prettier, but let's take a look at some of these things. I know it's really chaotic. We're just going to look at, just basically cover this kind of quickly. Winter weather advisories here in the higher elevations from Oregon northward into Washington and into Idaho and Montana. This will be going on for the next day or two, and then we have plenty of red flag warnings. This will be going on until later on this evening, and it'll probably be reissued as we get into tomorrow. And then we have some high wind warnings out in parts of Wyoming for the next few hours. And then look at that, we have a freeze warning down in western Arizona and more red flag warnings out for southern California. We head on to the southeast. Some more freeze warnings are out into from tomorrow. I can't speak until tomorrow morning. It's that time of the year. We're getting a little bit chilly, and then, like I mentioned, we do have some lake effect snow going on in the northeast. So we do have a winter weather advisory out until. Let me see. Yes, this is until later on this afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern time for a few counties here in Pennsylvania, where 2 to 4 inches of snow is expected to fall due to those lake effect snow bands. So speaking of our wonderful white fluffy stuff, we do have that snow that's going to continue to fall in the northwest. You can see anywhere from 4 to 8, maybe up to a foot of snow possible in parts of northern Idaho up into northwest Montana. And then as we get into the day tomorrow and into Thursday, that should start to taper off. So the heaviest part is going to happen basically from now until tomorrow. So make sure that you take those precautions if you're in the northwest. I don't know how it is like with tires on or chains on tires and stuff. But anyway, just be careful if you're traveling. And then as we get into the northeast, nothing too chaotic in terms of amounts. This is by tomorrow, just some really light snow up to an inch or so. And then as we get into Thursday, a little bit more is expected. Nothing too crazy. So let's take a look at today's hail. Oh wait, we don't have anything. No severe hail is expected today. No severe wind either. But as we get into tomorrow, although no severe weather is expected, we could see some thunderstorm activity. So we'll wake up tomorrow morning. Things should be pretty dry, but then as we get into the afternoon, can see some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder. Nothing too crazy is expected to develop in our neck of the woods here in central Oklahoma by 5 p.m. Central Time. As we get later on into the evening, we could see some more robust activity develop in the eastern part of Oklahoma into far northwestern Arkansas and southwestern Missouri. Again, none of this is expected to be severe, but we could have some marginally gusty winds, maybe 40 to 50 miles per hour with the strongest storms. That will move on to the east as we get into the overnight hours, and you can see by daybreak on our, that is Thursday, right? Yes, Thanksgiving. We will wake up to a line of storms basically from Paducah down to just west of Memphis into Little Rock and just east of Dallas. And again, nothing severe is expected, but some mildly gusty winds are possible. So if you're planning on traveling on Thanksgiving, basically from this area points east, you may want to schedule some extra time for traveling. And for tomorrow, nothing in terms of severe weather, like I said, is expected, especially hail. No severe hail is expected. And as of right now, we're going to keep out the wind as well for being up to severe limits. So things can change. Stay tuned to Hill Trace. So let's take a look at our future jet stream. This is the trough that we got to be watching for our Thanksgiving activities. This is right now as we get into this evening and into tomorrow afternoon. This is at noon tomorrow Central Time. This trough will continue to deepen and bring some cold air from Canada southward, moving on to the east as we get into our Thanksgiving day. Again, if you're traveling in the middle of the country into parts of the Ohio Valley, just watch out for that rain. It shouldn't be anything too crazy. Again, severe weather is not expected, but you just want to have some extra time. You never know what's going to happen. Then as we get into Friday, that system will quickly move off to the east. Chilly air will be moving on south from Canada. And then as we get into Sunday, same deal, very cold in the northeast, but that system that will bring some thunderstorm activity in the south tomorrow into Thursday will be off in the Atlantic. So what does that mean at the surface? Well, here we go. Right now we have high pressure and control, and then as we get into tomorrow, this system that we'll be watching will continue to develop. This low pressure will bring some colder air from Canada moving on to the east. And as we get into our Thanksgiving day, you can see this mess of rain basically from the Great Lakes point south to Illinois, Indiana, down into Arkansas and into Texas. High pressure will take control behind this system, so it'll be really cold here in the north. And then getting into our Friday, you can see that system quickly moves off to the east, bringing some precipitation form of snow here in the northeast. So if you're traveling on Friday and you're here in the northeastern part of the U.S., again, make sure you have some extra time when you're traveling. And then getting into our Saturday, another little system looks like it'll develop, but as of right now, doesn't look to be too substantial. The one that's really concerning in terms of traveling and all that jazz is the one that will start to develop tomorrow and into our Thursday and into the Friday. Otherwise, the western part of the U.S. doesn't look too bad by this weekend. So if you're traveling by air, pretty colors here basically. No issues if you have a green airplane, and as you go up here you could have more trouble. And really the main issue is not going to be precipitation, it's going to be wind, at least for the next day or two. So let's go on into tomorrow morning. You can see all these brighter, wonderful airplanes here. It's not going to be precipitation that's causing these issues, it's going to be wind. So if you're traveling out of Chicago, St. Louis, down into Oklahoma City, this is the early flight here. I am no stranger to those early flights. Hey. Make sure you give yourself extra time, as those winds aloft especially are going to be pretty strong, and planes and strong winds really don't mesh very well, so there could be some delays. And then as we get into Wednesday later in the evening and into Thursday, this could be more precipitation related. So you wake up, if you're flying out of here in Oklahoma City eastward, possibly Nashville, give yourself some extra time. And then as we get into later on into Thanksgiving, it looks like conditions will start to be a little bit better. So if you're basically going to eat and then fly out Thursday evening, conditions look to be a bit better unless you're here in the northern part of the U.S. here in Billings. There could be some delays there. And then getting into Friday morning, with that system moving on to the east, there could be some minor delays with that precipitation moving on through with the snow and the rain and some wind. And as we get into later on in the evening with that system moving on into the northeast, some more major delays could be possible. So yeah, just again, whether it's green or yellow or red or whatever, just make sure you have that extra time. You never know what's going to happen. And then by Saturday, it looks like things will improve quite a bit. So we're going to close out here with a few cities. Denver, really nice day today, closing in on 70 by this afternoon. And then cooling off a little bit. Some clouds will be moving in as well, but we should stay dry. And then getting into Dallas, temperatures will get up into the lower 70s by this afternoon. Again, nice day, should be a really good day for, roofing. No problems expected at all today in Dallas. And then here in Oklahoma City, another nice day, up to 70 degrees by 3 p.m. And then you guys won't be working in the overnight hours, but the winds will start to pick up as well. And I think tomorrow could be a bit windy. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, that is all that I have for you today. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you have any questions, concerns, or you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hilltrace.com and check out our website at www.hilltrace.com. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday.